the backtick in a right way. And it is embedded expression. So example is like this. The same example, this time with both strings I am giving. One line is using ordinary string, another is using backtick. We can design easily templates. Template designing will be very easy. Presenting dynamic data will be very easy while using this backticks. So later we will use in various examples. First we are understanding this point. So string can be in three ways. You can have a single quote string, you can have a double quote string, and you have a backtick. What is difference? Single quote, double quote will not allow. Single quote, double quote will not allow embedded expression. Backtick will allow embedded expression, and in backtick, again if you want a string, you can use single or double quotes, your wish. That means a string in backtick can be in single quote or in double quote. That means here one more important is inner string in backtick. Inner string in backtick can be defined with a single or double quote. Can be defined with single or double quote. Inner string in backtick can be defined in single or double quote. You can use single quote or you can use double quote. So you can have inner string in backtick, you can have expression in backtick. For example, let's see here. Suppose we want to present some details. So let's create one presentation here. See, I am declaring, so some means what I mean by template. I am declaring a variable product name is equal to some Samsung TV, and product price is equal to some price, that is string and number, and we want to present it document dot write. This time I am using backtick. In backtick I can keep in multiple lines now. That means I can write in more than one line. Backtick starts here and backtick ends here. And in between, I can use my markup. See, I am writing here heading. So product details and heading close. And below that, I am using a data list. So in that, we have an expression. We will put data list, yeah, close data list, and we are having data term. In data term, so we have expression here, or here I will give just name. Under that data definition, name comes from this variable. Then here I can use an embedded expression. Embedded expression, here we can access product name. Similarly, another data term price and data term close, data definition. So here I can define expression. This is product price, like this. And if you are presenting some other elements, you can use all. See, I'm using another data definition. Roughly I'm using here. Input type is equal to text. You can see I can put a double quote here. Inside the string you are writing all this now. And this contains value. Value is equal to, it is coming from product name. Now you can see here, so this is going to present, and it is going to display all that information. This is template design. In this we contain logic and everything we configure and define. Here problems will be there, I will tell you, because here I am using space, right? When you are displaying value inside that particular text box, it is not displaying that whatever there after space, it is unable to display. We will learn how to handle strings. We will discuss about that. That's what the next topic is. Why some values will be missing, how to present them, all these we will learn. But here we are using a string and expression. String and expression. And these kind of strings can be presented by using, these kind of strings are presented by using backtick only. Double quotes, single quotes are not suitable for this. In the modern JavaScript generation, people use much backtick only. Single quote, double quotes, those days gone now. So we use lot of backticks only with binding expressions. So this is one simple concept of how an inner string can be inside the backtick. This is just an example of a template, how we can present complex information. So this is basically the first thing you have to know about string type. So in JavaScript, string can be in single quote, string can be in double quote, or string can be in backticks. We can handle strings in single quote, double quote, and backticks. Next important here, while working with the strings, one more important point here is escape sequence. While working with the strings, escape sequence. Escape sequence. Close the door. Escape sequence. While working with the strings, another important point is this escape sequence. Technically, one of the main problem is what is this escape sequence? Actually, string is a literal that can allow various special characters. String is a literal that can allow various special characters, but some special characters escape. Some special characters escape printing. Some special characters escape printing. So we call them as non-printing characters. Non-printing characters. Some special characters escape printing. We call them as non-printing characters. So we learned this concept while learning about regular expression, if you remember. If you remembered about regular expression in HTML, we discussed. There we discussed about this point. Actually, suppose when you are writing any regular expression, suppose you are writing pattern. In the pattern, if I write D, what does that means? It allows what? If I write D, what it allows? It allows only D. It allows only D, na? That is lowercase d. That means it allows only D. It is lowercase d. It is lowercase d because D itself is a character. Then we need to tell that no, it is not D, it is number. Then we have to use what? /d. So that is the point of escape. That means compiler understands that character in a different way. but our intention is to tell in a different way. That is what escape is. That is the concept of escape. Already I told you that. Suppose I want to use plus 91, right? I want to use plus 91, but actually plus indicates one or more occurrence. Plus indicates one or more occurrence, but our intention is to tell that plus means symbol. Then we have to precede with slash. So you know about this problem already. We discussed in HTML itself. That means any non-printable character can be printed by using slash. Any non-printable character can be printed by using slash. This issue will come regularly in a presentation of string. Lot of times you will face this problem. Several characters are not printable. If they are not printable, you have to forcefully print them by using slash. We have to do that. Otherwise your string will go wrong. For example, see, suppose here I am writing var path is equal to d:/images/ some pictures pics slash and some image, so car.jpg, something like this. So, and I want to print this document.write. I want to print path is equal to whatever the path. You can see that now the path will go wrong here. Path will go wrong here because these slashes are missing. Then why they are missing? Because slash is already having some work in JavaScript. Compiler will ignore it, but our intention is to print it. Then we have to precede any character which is not printing. We have to precede with the slash. So any slash is not printing, we have to precede with slash. So I save this. Now my path will be correct. Now don't think in your way that double slash is to print one slash. That is your way of thinking, right? Because again you will think that double slash, two slashes, one slash will print. No. Any character which is escaping, we have to add that by using slash. Any character which is escaping. For example, I want to print double quote. You can't print double quote because already just now you learnt a string with a double quote will not allow another double quote. But our intention is to print this double quote, then precede with slash and print the double quote, precede with slash, and you can see that it will print in double quote. So otherwise double quote will never print, single quote will never print because they represent strings. So generally this is slash escape sequence. So in string escape, this slash is very important. So syntactically we have to write in this way. So we need to configure a variable, some path, d:/images/ some car.jpg, like this. This is going to print the output. The output will be like this: d:/images car.jpg. So what is the right way for it? So d colon double slash images car.jpg. The output for this will be in the right way, d colon slash images slash car.jpg. That is how we can configure the string. In JavaScript, while working with strings, this is important. And another important here is how we can format and manipulate the strings dynamically. So while working with the strings in JavaScript, another very important is string formatting. Another important string formatting. String formatting means a string should able to change its appearance dynamically. A string must able to change its appearance dynamically. For example, we are displaying some messages. When we are displaying messages, when everything is good, then we want to display in a green color. Anything wrong, we want to display in red color. That means a string should change its color dynamically. A string should change its color dynamically. A string should able to change its appearance dynamically. For that, actually, we can apply styles dynamically. There are so many ways we can apply styles dynamically. But applying style dynamically is not possible every time. Then we use combination of some string methods. What happens is string formatting I will show you. Actually, you can format a string dynamically. You can format a string dynamically by using two techniques. By using two techniques. By using two techniques. One is styles and another one JavaScript string formatting methods. JavaScript string formatting methods. We can use styles or we can use JavaScript string formatting methods. We will see here how we can handle these two things, right? So let's see one example. How to use styles and what are the string formatting methods. So first we will see formatting with styles. Formatting with styles. Formatting with styles, it requires the option like this. That means what you have to do is you have to access element. You have to access element and add style property. You have to access element and add style property. That means document dot get element by id. You have to access whatever element you want. Suppose id, query selector, anything you can use. Some p1, some paragraph 1, and to that you have to use style. style dot color is equal to some color name. Or if you want style, you can use font size. Font size is equal to some pixels, 30 pixels, like this. And very important here, you cannot access the style attributes in the same way how you written in style. Actually, style attribute is how we use font size. Font size is defined font hyphen size. But when you access here, you cannot use that hyphen. You have to use camel case. Camel case. That means font in lowercase after that size. Suppose I want to apply background color. I have to apply background color. I want to apply text align. Then you have to write text align. Like this, we have to use the style properties. So like this, we can apply dynamically. But actually what happens is, when you are doing this, three DOMs will be working actually. HTML DOM is presented, and JavaScript is also using the DOM, and the CSS is also using the object model. We call it as CSS object model. CSS object model. So we have HTML DOM, JavaScript is using that HTML DOM. Additionally, it is using CSS DOM. CSS object model means styles are applied dynamically. Then it will take time. It will be burden for page. So in that case, without using this CSS, because font size is not direct CSS, it is CSS object model. Because in direct CSS we have font hyphen size. That means this also it should create dynamically, add dynamically. It will take time. So that is the reason unnecessarily we will not do this. If there is no chance we cannot do with JavaScript, then we go with style. We will use styles because JavaScript have limits. Up to certain only string formats it will support. In that case, we have to use combination of both techniques. So, see, here I will write a simple configuration. Means how we can apply the effects. So, let's create a document. Head, title, some string format. And in the body section, I am defining a data list, data term, username. And data definition. Here, I am writing a text box. Input type is text, and here ID is user name, like this. Now below that there is another data definition. In that I give an ID as LBL username. So this is username text box. This is username label. So what we have to do is, we will just put roughly a button also. Submit button. Okay, on click is equal to submit click. Let's write the function here. We write a script in the head section. Function is submit click. When submit click happened, I want to verify whether username is entered or not. If username is not entered, I want to display some message here. Then what we are doing here is, we are first accessing username, where username is equal to document get element by ID username dot value. It will get the text box value. We are writing a condition if username is equal to empty. Empty string indicates there is no value inside it. If it is empty, then we will get this LBL username also. Where LBL username, you can give same name, doesn't matter. And document get element by ID, LBL username. This is data definition. This is data definition and this is text box value. So here we are displaying LBL username dot inner HTML. We are displaying. So please provide username. Please provide username. This message we are displaying. So otherwise nothing. So otherwise if it is entered, else we will put a message document.write, and here I will write here hello and hello, and we will combine that username. Whatever username entered, it is displayed. This is what we want to display on new screen. New screen. So here let's see now. So I am refreshing this. It looks like this. Now without entering the username, I click on submit. Then it will ask please provide username. That's good. Now I entered the username, some David, some username, and click submit. Then it says submitted. But very important, there are so many points I will tell, we will discuss. When I enter this, I want this to be displayed in red color. Means we need to format it. We need to format it. Then what we will do is here. So we need to format this string where we are presenting. To format actually we can use LBL username, that is data definition, where string is displayed. Here we have to apply style, and style should use a property color, and color should be red. Like this we are defining. So this is presenting the text. After presenting the text, another DOM model will execute. That DOM model will present the text in red color. That means this is style object. So that means another object is working, which is applying the effect. You see now here. Now what happens is here, I am clicking on submit. Then it will display in red color. That looks good. So, but this is not great idea every time because another object have to apply to this element. Another object have to apply to this element. So this is one technique. That means how we can format with styles. So format with styles, that requires this mechanism. That requires this mechanism. We can do lot of things, I will tell you. This is example, but that doesn't look great. Why it doesn't look great? Because after applying the text, on that we have to apply one more DOM model. Okay, I will do in another way. I will remove this. That means it is just ordinary, again displayed in normal. I will try to use the JavaScript string formatting methods. JavaScript string formatting methods, that is important. So formatting with JavaScript string formatting methods. JavaScript string formatting methods, what is advantage is they can directly apply formats on string without CSS model. They can directly apply formats on string without CSS model. Actually, they use They use HTML DOM. They use HTML DOM for formatting. That means you don't need extra CSS model. They use HTML DOM for formatting. That means they use HTML elements. They use HTML elements for formatting implicitly. They use HTML elements for formatting implicitly. So formatting with JavaScript string formatting methods, they can directly apply formats on string without CSS model. That will be faster. So that will be more faster. But problem is they have only limited functions, because CSS will give a lot of attributes like borders, shading, backgrounds, but the string formatting functions are limited. That means JavaScript string formats, JavaScript string format is limited in formats. JavaScript string format is limited with formats. Like what it is having? It is having like font color. It is a method. Font size. It is having like bold, italic. It is having like underline. It is having like superscript, SUP. It is having like subscript, SUB. It is having like two uppercase. It is having like two lowercase. These are the string formatting functions. Subscript, superscript, underline, bold, italic. We have like strike. Strike means strike out. These are string formatting functions. String formatting functions, and these can format the strings. Now, what is advantage of this string formatting functions is, you will see limited functionality, right? Limited functionality. So here we can simply apply like this syntactically. Document get element by ID, some paragraph. So in that we have displaying some text, inner HTML is equal to some string. To that we can apply font color as red. Like this we can apply. Directly you can apply on the string. You don't need additional style objects. You don't need additional style objects. Whatever string you are having, on that string you can apply the format. Previously what we have to do is, after applying the string, we have to write styles. Through the style we need to apply. That means additional CSS model will come to picture. But now we don't need to do that. We need to just use these functions. And for example, see here what I am doing now. Same concept. We want to display in red color. Then simply after saying inner HTML, please provide the name here. To that we can add font color. Font color, which color? So red. That's it. That means it is not using additional CSS model. But again here we have problem. Here limitations also there. That is the reason, depending on situation. What is problem we are having is, what this is going to generate. It is going to generate a font tag. It is going to generate a font tag with color red. That means what it is going to do, it is going to create that like this. That means it will put font color is equal to red. In that it will keep that string, like that it will display. It will use this. That means now this is going to convert into a markup now. Then what is problem if it is going to convert like this? If I am using inner text, is it possible? Inner text will not allow formats now. So it is not possible. So inner text cannot use these formats. So mandatory, it must be what? Inner HTML. Inner HTML. So we have limitations. We don't have all effects. We cannot apply on RC type. So these issues will be there. That is why,
10 मिनिटं
depending
आज
on
4:15 सुरू
situation,
झालेलं आहे. आणखी 15
if only
15
string
30
you
ला
want
संपत
to
आहे.
apply,
5-15
then use
झालेत.
with JavaScript functions.
हा?
You want more
शपथ
effects,
ना.
you are not concerned about the
हा?
time it is taking to apply, then you
आणि
can go
5-15
with
5:30 ला संपल्या.
styles. So
हो हो
depending on
हो
situation.
हो
So here
हो
I am
हो.
applying font color red. So let's see now. You can observe here. Let's click on submit. It shows red same. But observe this time inspect. When I inspect, you can see that in inspect data definition, you see it shows font color red. And inside data definition, it is generating a font tag. In
काय?
that it is displaying this text.
करणं म्हणची होती आता तर गप्प बस.
That is what it is doing. It is doing. So we will do one thing. I will copy this example here. This is an
सेव्ह
example.
करू दे मला पण.
So now see here,
तिथंच
we will
कधी.
try the previous one and see. Previous one what we are doing. So we have LBL username dot what style dot color. So color is red. Like this we are applying. Now once you see here, so and I click on submit, it is submitted.
ड्रायव्हर पडतेत काय
In
केलं
the
लवकर.
data definition, you see it is applying a style.
मग आपल्याला
It is
येतील
not
सेटिंग.
using the tag, it is applying inline style.
चार्जर बी घेऊन जावं लागेल.
It is applying inline
कोणता पोर
style.
काय?
That means additionally a CSS object model is working.
ए हालून शिद्या.
If additionally
थांब ना,
CSS
तू काय
object
करायलास?
model is working, it will take
काय ना
time
पुन्हा थांब ना, जाता नाही थांब ना,
in
मग
applying
घड्याळ हे
those
घालशील
models
तू.
and configuring it. So depending on
थांब ना थोडं,
situation,
इथं
we
एक
have
तर
to
लिंक
use
भेटायला
this
गेली इकून
options.
तिकून दिली त्या
So
माणसाला.
there are two techniques of formatting. Two techniques of formatting. One is
काय सांगते
by using style, another one by using string format.
तू तरी ते काय
Now see, actually string format. So see, this is one. Suppose I want to apply bold, then LBL username, again style dot. We have to use font weight. Font weight is equal to what? Bold. Like this we need to apply.
गबस बुल्या.
Already I told you here we
पॉइंट
have
कोणता
to
आहे ते
use
सांग.
camel case.
पॉइंट कोणता आहे?
So that means now when I click here, it will be
गबस
bold.
बुल्या.
Now the
फॉर्मेटिंग
same
शिकवायला
thing.
लागले ते स्टाईल
So
मधले.
here, see,
तो आणि याचा काही
this
संबंध नाही
is
अर्थात.
multiple styles. So another example I am giving. So that is multiple styles. One line is enough here. This logic I will give. That is only the
उदाहरण मी
change
देत
you
असते
have
ते मी
to
खन
do.
खन खन खन.
Multiple styles means you have to write in this way. Multiple styles means you have to write like this. How we can write multiple styles? By using multiple formats. How JavaScript can apply multiple formats? Instead of this, see, JavaScript can apply multiple formats like this. It can apply multiple formats like this. First one is font color. What is it? Red. Dot bold like this. Dot italics like this.
मल्टिपल फॉर्मॅट म्हणजे एकाच ह्याच्यात सगळं.
We can apply all the formats in this way. Now you can see
ते
that
लाल बी होणार,
it is
बोल्ड बी
going
होणार
to
आणि
apply
इटॅलिक
all
लँग्वेज बी
the
होणार ते.
formats and display them here.
इटॅलिक
It
भाषा
will
होती ते
display.
बघ इथे तिरपं.
So this everything happens in one line. So everything is configured in one line. Multiple formats can be like this.
यार असू दे.
That means we can use
10
font
मिनिटं.
color, we can use bold, we can use italics. So depending on the situation, how you are configuring and defining and what kind of effects you want. And style cannot provide everything. JavaScript also
जाय बरं
cannot
तू.
provide everything. We need to apply
जाय.
depending on the situation. One more regularly used formats in the formats is suppose. Let's do another point here. I will remove this logic. I don't want any submit click here.
हे
I will remove the
मारला?
submit button and here in data definition,
सगळं बंद होईल.
I'm just removing it everything. I will just keep a placeholder name in block letters. Now the concept here is this is we want name in capital letters. That means
10,000.
when user enters the name, we want him to type in capital letters. If he is not
घरी तर म्हणलं तर
typing, no
25,000
worry, we
लागत
will
आहेत.
convert.
घरून 25,000 घेतलेले मी त्यासाठी.
That means we will not show any error or
तरी
warning because you
इकडे
see
तिकडे
these days
एक जणाला
bank
15,000 दिलेले नाही
websites
तर लॅपटॉप
or passports, visa applications online when we are filling, they ask
त्याला
to enter
लॅपटॉप
capital
त्याच्याहून घ्यायच्या
letters.
आधीच दिले मी म्हणजे
And
माझ्याकडे
you miss capital letters
80,000
entering, they
होते
will
माझ्या
convert
अकाउंटवर
into capital letters.
ऊसाचे
Doesn't
बिल
matter. For example, they ask enter your
आणि घरी दिले काढून काय 25
IFSC
ठेवले.
code. You are entering your bank IFSC code in small letters. They will convert into capital letters because they need to read in that way. You are entering some PAN card numbers and all these. They will ask you to enter your PAN card number. You entering small letters. They will convert into capital letters. So the point is we need to format dynamically. Here situation is that. So when you want to format, so every character after typing, it should be converted. Then we can use a simple event here. In the text box, for every character, it should change. Then we will use an event on key up. On key up indicates do the action for every character. Every character, once it is finished, immediately do this work. On key up, I will write a function called change case. I'm using change case. Okay, we will write the function here. What is the function? Change case. Now here, change case is the function which fires up for every character you enter in text box. Now what we have to do is, for every character, first collect that username, where username is equal to document dot get element by id username dot value. That is what they entered in text box. After that, document dot get element by id username. So this is dot value. This is text box value. Text box value is equal to username. What is this logic here? Logic is very simple. We are reading a value from text box and storing in a variable. And what value you stored in a variable, the same value you are applying to again to the same text box. That means from text box we are reading a value and applying to same text box again. Why you are doing it? We are reading value from text box and applying same value to text box again. But this time we will convert this into two uppercase. We will convert this into two uppercase. So that means we are reading value from text box and applying the same value to the text box again, but this time converting into uppercase. And what is the event we return? On key up. That means for every character it will do it. Let's see now. Here I am typing some characters. That means here I am typing some name. And for every character it will convert into this. That means while typing for every character it is going to convert that.
आला का
For every character it is
गेली बॅग
going to
चेंज करू
convert. That is changing the
बॅग चेंज
capitalization
करून आणली
everywhere. Technically, these
कशाला
kind of options are very much required. We need to format the strings dynamically. And we need to format the strings dynamically in this way. This I have written on key up. Sometimes what we do is we write on blur. We write on blur. On blur
केवढ्याला दिलं
indicates
ते
you entered name.
केवढ्याला दिलं
After you entered name, you finish it. So you
फक्त
click outside the text box.
असं लय
It
महाग
is
देते ते
blurred. When it is blurred, it will convert. So that depends on your requirement. You want to change immediately, you want to change after entering everything, you want to change on button click. That's you decide according to the events. Various events you are going to learn in later stage. As of now, we need to just understand
काय काय
formatting.
आणलंस मग
Here, what is the point here? You have seen on click. On click means
एकटाच
when
गेलता
button
गाडीवर
clicked. We are using on key up in various occasion here. That means so for every character,
हा
for every character, for every character, key up.
हा
We use key up, and we have like on blur. On
सफारी वाल्याला
blur. On blur means so
मग काय म्हणलं
lost focus. When elements
हा
lost
गेली का मग
focus, when element get focus and lost focus. When element lost focus, then it is
शोरूम आहे का
considered as blur. There are various options.
शोरूम मध्ये का
So you can do for various. Later you are going to learn about other events also, other events. But this is basic. So here we need to apply. These are the events we are configuring. But one important note is there. JavaScript string formats. JavaScript string formats cannot be applied on RC data type elements. You know that, huh? RC data type elements. You cannot apply on RC data type elements. For example, here I am converting to uppercase. I want to display in bold. I am converting to uppercase and I want in bold also. That means I want the name in bold uppercase.
मग आता ते कुठं
So
काय
that
शोरूमला का
means we cannot do that. Why we cannot do that? Because we are displaying in a text box. Text box is RC data type. Text box is
हे
RC
काय ते
data type. This is RC data type.
हा खाली अरे ते राहू
If
दे
it is RC
आधी हे
data
तर हे
type,
नाही
and
धुवा
see
लागेल
what you
लगेच
are doing here. You are
अरे धुवा
converting
लागेल
to uppercase and you
दुधाचं
are
ह्याच्यात नुसतं काही
using
एवढं काही
bold
नाही
also.
हे घास नाही इथं घास नाही
You are
ह्याच्यात
converting to uppercase and you are using bold. That means here I am typing some name and
माझी
I click outside, it will
ट्रॅव्हलिंगची हा
show like this. So you know that, that is the point here, that is the point. So you cannot be applied on RC data type. That means it can be applied only on the elements which can allow formats. RC data type means text boxes cannot show, text area cannot show, right? So if you are displaying in a label, it can show. Radio buttons have a label, it can show. In an option, you cannot show drop downs because drop down options also RC data type. That is the reason we learned bootstrap drop down because you can't even put a symbol in options, right? That is the reason you cannot apply on RC type. You cannot apply on RC data type. So that is one limitation you have to know. I want immediately, then I will use here on key up, on key up. So here we are typing, it will be converted immediately. For every character, it will be converted. This is a basic example for that. So that is how we format the strings. This is example of change case dynamically. To change case dynamically, this is the basic example we have learned. This is presenting the string and dealing with string formats. Now, actually, in JavaScript, we have string manipulations. You have just seen string formats. We have string manipulations. String manipulations means we can dynamically manipulate the strings. Manipulating means slice the string, extract only specific part of the string, do some interaction, add something into the string, remove something from the string, verify whether string contains that particular value or not. All such comes under the category of string manipulation. For string manipulations, JavaScript provides lot of options. So we call them as string manipulation methods that we'll see in our next session. This is enough, right today. So in the next session we will see how we can use string manipulations. From here complexity will grow. You have to deal with a lot of complex things now, so some more brain you have to put into this, right? Then tomorrow we will continue with this, how to handle string manipulations. Okay.